Yo, what's good? What's good? It's TikTok, you don't stop. And I'm just here to give you one of my real quick talks because it seems like the people in the United States or something, there's something going on with like people are not using their intelligence. Now, when it comes to the United States of America, I mean, this is a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just use an example. Like, we look at New York City. New York City is got 8 million people in it. They got electrical grids and Wi-Fi and skyscrapers and stuff like that. I mean, it takes a lot to run a place like that. It doesn't take buffoonery and goofballness. And then when you come to the United States of America, let's just take the military alone, how serious the military is. I've had family members that have been in the military, and when they get out, some of them are just have that serious mindset, and the way they do things, they're very rigid, they're very, they're just straightforward, and they know how it gets done, and it's hard to like take them off their square and stuff like that. They're like, this is the way it's done, and they learned that from the military. And you have sergeants, and you got generals and four-star that's been there. You got people that's running the Pentagon and the FBI and the CIA and the CDC. These are geniuses, and these people run, and they have such regiment and such important things to do, okay? And then you look at it, you be like, yeah, the military don't play around. And then all of a sudden, when it comes to the presidency, the dude who's supposed to be running this government, I mean, do you really think this dude is a goofball, man? I don't even believe that he's even doing it. I don't care if it's Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck if it's Kamala Harris or Obama or Bill Clinton or Bush. They are not the central person to do this, because a lot of them is like goofy. Like, they talk to you kind of down, like you don't know what you're doing, and they're doing goofy shit. I mean, people really think that Donald Trump gets up in the morning and he's playing around on Twitter while he's sitting on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Donald Trump's phone alone has to be so secure. He's got people's phone numbers and other generals and maybe other people in other countries, whatever. There's hackers all everywhere. You think Donald Trump's phone is on T-Mobile or Spectrum? You know what I'm saying? He's just playing around and goofing off. And you think that the military, a person who is a sergeant or a general that's been there since for 30 years, is going to let a goofball come in, a reality television star, and a person who kind of knows finance, to come and run the military that he's been there running, knows war, sending his men in, and you just think that somebody of such hardcore regiment is going to let a goofball like Kamala Harris or some of these other people, or reality television star, run this country? Man, this country is ran on serious business, bro. I don't know who's doing it, but it is not these people that put in front. These people are pawns, man, pawns. You know what I mean? I mean, stick your head out there, maybe get shot. Listen, whoever the president is, he comes in what, 4 years? He comes in 4 years. He doesn't know anything. He has to be briefed. He has to be told what to do. He's around with some of the most intelligent motherfuckers in the world, Harvard, Princeton, people, geniuses, that's advising him on what to do, because he don't know what the fuck to do. You understand? And you really think that, I always know there's somebody behind somebody, and somebody behind them that's running the most serious part of this goddamn planet. I mean, just look at airports and all that. You got airplanes running all over the place. You got radar, and you got to make sure planes don't run into each other. And all this stuff is ran precision and good. I mean, you barely have planes falling out the air or crashing. It does happen sometimes. And even a city that has to run the source system and run the dookie out there so nobody gets poisoned, it doesn't leak everywhere, and all that's running. You know what I mean? It's running, and you got your bank account and your statements and your checking accounts and traffic and red lights and subways. I mean, this is one of the greatest planets and one of the greatest nations in the world. I mean, it's been running like this maybe since Rome and Julius Caesar and Marcus Aurelius. Like, fools don't run this. I don't care who they put there or who these pawns are that they got in front. One movie I go back and watch is what was that movie? The Batman, the first one with Christian Bale. So in the movie, at the beginning, they thought Scarecrow was running every damn thing. You know what I mean? And Falcone came to him. He was like, I know you working for somebody else, and maybe I have to squeal on you. He said, my boss ain't gonna like that. You know what I'm saying? And later on in the movie, Batman snatched his motherfucking ass up. He said, he was there, I think it was poisoning like the city with the water system. He said, what is you doing here? And snatched that motherfucker by his neck. He said, who the boss? He said, Ra's al Ghul, goddammit. And so the whole time, you think a Scarecrow is running this shit, these politicians and these people that they put up on news and Gayle King and The View and all this bullshit. These are scarecrows, man, and pawns. They're not Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul don't show his face and talk shit and play around on Twitter and social media. I mean, if Donald Trump has a social media page, it's probably ran by either a secretary and not the way it's running, probably by AI or something. You people need to wake up. Wake up. These people who you think is goofballs is not running the serious business of this planet. This planet is ran, this country is ran on some serious business, bro. And I don't know if it's ran by a computer or a super genius or somebody maybe off-world, extraterrestrial, spiritual, somewhere. But it's not these goofies, okay? So quit thinking a dude gets up in the morning like Donald Trump and scratches his ass and goes and gets on his phone on the toilet and I'm going to play on Twitter today. You know what I mean? Like he on T-Mobile or something. Wake up, people. Wake up. This place and what they're doing, all this goofball that they put in front of you, and you got Donald Trump. Is he going to release Pete Diddy and all that shit? Man, what kind of shit is that? That is not no serious military shit. You know that. If you've been in the military before, you know how sergeants and them run, how they want stuff done right, and you listen to what the fuck I say. And you think some goofball is going to be running the commander-in-chief of this goddamn planet. You better wake up. All right, this is TikTok, you don't stop. Peace, and I holler back.